Even though I have concrete evidence right in front of me, this video remains to be speculation simply because we don't have, any word from Dokkan itself. I'm going to title this video probably the end of a global Dokkan because to me, that's what it seems like. It seems like Global and JP are slowly starting to catch up. And there was a few hints of this before that I'm going to show you guys right now, but I ignored it because I thought it was like a coincidence or something like that. But it seems to be now that Global and JP will probably end up catching up. So let me go ahead and share with you all the evidence, and then I'll share with you, how I feel about that and what needs to happen for this to be actual concrete evidence, in my opinion. So here I have Super Dragon Ball Heroes. This is where it all started, by the way, all right? Usually, Dragon Ball Heroes is on JP first, and then Global gets it second, right? To prove that to you, I have Super Saiyan 3 Gohan pulled up here. As you guys can see, he came to JP on June 21st, and then to Global, August 13th. So this is 1 month, basically a difference in time. A little less than a month, but you guys get the point. No, actually, no, 2 months, my bad, 2 months. I completely forgot about July. So 2 months between time. But then we also have Fu here, right? Who he dropped on November 21st of 2019, and then Global got him in January. So usually 2 months after JP, it gets Dragon Ball Heroes, then Global gets Dragon Ball Heroes. But then this campaign came out, the new Dragon Ball Heroes for 2020, and as you guys can see, Global and JP shared this, right? And as you guys can also see from right here, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Vegito. It'd be really cool to see a Gogeta from Heroes though. But anyways, Vegito dropped on the same time Global and JP. So Global and JP shared this. Now, since Global and JP always separated this release by at least 2 months, this automatically pushes Global slightly closer to JP. Nothing too crazy, right? But slightly pushes Global a little closer to JP because they're sharing the celebration. Which again, I saw this and I didn't say anything of it because again, it's one celebration. Like, who really cares, right? But Super Dragon Ball Heroes, it's proof right here that Global and JP have become just a little bit closer because they released this at the same time, right? So in 2 months from now, or in 2 months that this released, Heroes should have released on Global, but instead they didn't, which means they have to release something else that will make the process of Global catching up to JP just a little bit faster, if that makes any sense. All right. Next, we have this. LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. This was part 2 of the BoJack celebration over on JP. However, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan ended up dropping the same time on Global that he did on JP, right? So this again brings Global Dokkan closer to JP Dokkan. Now this actually makes sense though, because in March is the month of Saiyan Day, right? Where Global and JP usually share Saiyan Day. But the beginning of the month, and the beginning of March, sorry, there's usually a Dokkan Fest for both Global and JP. We'll get to that a little bit later. But for Global, it ended up being BoJack, right? But if there was a part 2 to BoJack, we wouldn't have gotten Saiyan Day. So it was smart that they did this, right? They released Gohan in both versions. That way, they can get a Dokkan Fest out for JP, a Dokkan Fest out for Global, and then share Golden Week, right? It makes a lot of sense, and I understand that. But releasing an LR like this, and pushing back Jiren and stuff like that, brought Global Dokkan a little bit closer to JP again. And because of this, we have this issue right here. Now this is Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku. He dropped on the 26th of December in 2019 and actually released on May 8th, okay, of 2020. Now remember, Gohan is on the 15th of December, so this is the time slot before the basically the New Year units, if that makes sense, right? So this unit dropped on May 8th over on Global Dokkan. But this year, simply, or this, past Christmas celebration, because we shared Gohan, and because we shared Dragon Ball Heroes, Global was obviously 1 whole month closer with the release of Pikkon, because remember, Pikkon dropped on the 28th. Sure, you can say it's 2 days later, but it doesn't matter, because look when it came out on Global. Literally actually a little bit more than a month earlier. because he dropped what on May 8th, and this guy dropped on the 2nd of April. 2 days will not cause a big dramatic change like this, right? So this is proof right here that global is closer, because this is the same time slot on JP and for the you know, the New Year's unit, whatever you want to call it, or the Christmas unit, New Year's unit, and then they dropped 1 whole month earlier on Global Dokkan, because again we shared things like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and we shared the Dragon Ball Heroes, right? So it's clear that Global Dokkan from this alone is not only trying to catch up, but it's getting closer. It's getting closer. Now again, I left this alone because, you know, like after seeing Global Dokkan a 1 month closer to JP, and sometimes, you know, content does take a little bit longer, like the what are they called? The extreme SBR stages. Those took like almost a year, which is for whatever reason just a stupendous amount of time. I have no idea why those stages took so long. And sometimes content, it'll happen, right, where Global just won't get something for super long. But overall, the release of units, the gap between the release of units are starting to become shorter. And this is a little bit worrisome, right? But then this happens, right? Golden Week. Now, as of the time I'm recording this video, Global Dokkan has not gotten their like data. No. Global Dokkan actually has their data download, but there's no information yet on Global Dokkan, other than the fact that these units are releasing. So Global Dokkan and JP are now sharing Golden Week. The issue with this is Golden Week was never shared before between Global and JP, right? This is going to push Global Dokkan a lot closer to JP, guys. To give you proof again, we have Gotenks, the Golden Week unit for last year. He came out on April 24th. Right, and this guy, these GT units are coming out on like the 26th, 28th, whatever the case may be. But they dropped on November of on Global Dokkan. November. Very similar thing with the Trunks. Let me actually see if I can pull up the Trunks. Now remember, Trunks and Zamasu was the Golden Week unit of the year before this one, right? 2 years ago. And let me actually see when he officially dropped on Global Dokkan. I'm pretty sure it was sometime in November. I think it was like mid to late November. Let me see. Where's the Trunks at? I believe he dropped anywhere from mid to late November. Let me see. Yeah, a little. Yeah, look at this. So what's happening here, and you guys can see that he dropped on April 26th. What's happening here is that now November, that whole beginning middle slot of November is now just free, open. It's just completely open. We don't know what we're getting now for the majority of November, because November is usually when Golden Week units drop. So Global Dokkan is legitimately getting closer to JP. This is the third time that they've shared something that, and again, one time, okay, 2 times, this Golden Week, that's something always celebrated in Japan that they're sharing with Global. I understand it's a money move, right? They're going to make a lot of money doing this, and I applaud that. But the games are getting closer. Now, some people care. Some people don't care about the games getting closer. People think Global Dokkan and JP Dokkan should be, like they should be on the same schedule. Personally, I don't agree with that. I think Global Dokkan. I think Foresight. A lot of people. To me, a lot of people underestimate Foresight. Foresight allows if you're free to play, Global Dokkan is the game for you, because you can see what's coming next, and you can plan to save your stones, to spend your stones. You can know how much you can spend. Being able to see what's coming allows you to save. It's like I just think Foresight is just the best thing ever. Like that, and obviously Global has its own little perks besides Foresight, but I'm not even gonna get into that. Foresight, just being able to see what's coming, being able to save your stones, is an amazing asset for free-to-play players and even players who don't spend that much money but want to get the best value out of their stone, right? If you're on JP, you can literally spend 1,000 stones on the most hype unit, and then your favorite unit drops out of nowhere, and now you have no money, no stones to spend. I would not like that. So for me, it's a little bit of an issue, right? But I don't have a say in what goes on in Global, so or in Dokkan for that matter. So if they're gonna catch up, it is what it is. Now, one other thing I do want to mention, really, let me go ahead and delete this guy really quick, is that this Trunks and Goten, right? Now, Trunks and Goten released on March 4th, okay, of 2021. I'm about to explain something. If this happens, I think it's confirmed without a doubt that Global and JP are catching up. Now, this time slot last year was actually for physical beers, okay? Physical beers dropped on March 3rd of 2020, and Chunks and Goten dropped on March 4th. So it's basically the same time slot. These units are in the same time slot, right? For Beerus, he dropped on June 8th of 2020. Here's the issue, though. Here's the issue. Trunks and Goten, we're already 1 month closer to JP. So I'll say this right now, okay? But okay, by the time it's tough to believe. By the time Beerus comes out, but by the time Beerus came out on Global, Global already got a global first, right? Which was LR UI Goku. So what I expect right now in the month of May, I do not expect Trunks and Goten. I expect a global first. However, if we do not see a global first and we get Trunks and Goten instead in May, to me, that's going to cause a little bit of worry within me, because again, I think that's just confirmed, right? Now it's like these units are dropping a whole month early. Like again, these games are a lot closer than what they were before, and from what I showed you, you can't deny that. But if they drop a global first right now in the month of May, and actually they can drop 2 global first, and people call me crazy when I mention that, but people also forget to mention. Let me actually pull up. Let me just pull up Fierce Battle here. People forget to mention that Global actually got 2 global first in the month of May, like 2 years ago, right? LR Gohan and Goten, and then LR Broly. Let me just pull them up here. So let me pull up LR Broly here. My bad if this is lagging a little bit. And these 2 units. These 2 units were global firsts, and they dropped in the same month, right? So it's possible, completely possible, for Dokkan and for Global Dokkan to get 2 global firsts in the month of May. It's very possible. Will it happen? I doubt it, but you never know. As you guys can see here, Broly released on the May 23rd, right? Late May, and then released in July. So 2 months, basically, later, is when Broly released. So Broly was a global first. And then earlier in that month, May 8th, Global got this unit, and then JP got this unit basically 2 months later. So 2 global firsts right before your eyes there. So the month of May could be full of just global first. That would mean that Global is creating space between Global and JP, and they're going to keep the same time slot for the March time slot of when these units are supposed to release. Again, Beerus released in June. So this unit would have to release in June in order to continue the Global and JP trend of being, a few months behind. But if this unit releases early, I think the end of Global Dokkan is upon us, and it's not far-fetched to say that Global Dokkan and JP Dokkan will eventually catch up, ending what Global Dokkan is known for: foresight, being able to predict, being able to see things, maybe even tickets. Because remember, when it comes to Golden Week, we're not even getting tickets. Global's not even getting tickets, right? And I think it's because it's a shared celebration. So if JP doesn't get tickets, I guess Global won't get tickets. But usually, for Golden Week, when Golden Week units actually drop in November, we usually get tickets. So it could be the end of tickets as well. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Please let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.